Death Watch.
Alright, so you guys had made a trip to the Topless Towers, and you guys had encountered some Darkfriends, which you've dispatched, and you rescued Elspeth. And then on your way down, Liam had caught a rather shabby-looking person with a beard that Falk had identified as female, and the Lady Helene. She is currently bound by invisible bonds. What would you guys like to do?
Well, because I think his name's Liam.
Yeah.
The Ashaman. I think he's very obviously starting to become distraught, I think, is what, or giving into the madness, I think is what was determined last time. And so I'm readying to shield him, and also readying another weave on top of that to catch Helene if he decides to, like, fling her.
Okay.
And that's what I'll be doing.
Were you guys still at the top, or you guys were coming down,
down,
right?
Yeah.
Because
and he had dangled her out over the open air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we messed up. I think we killed someone who we shouldn't have for information.
Yeah, we were trying to get some information from the guys up top, but I think they all died.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess if no one else is going to do anything, I guess,
Sorry, I was ordering. What's going on?
Lady Helene is bound or being held out over the center of the tower. You know, like the drop off.
Who's doing this?
Liam. Well, you guys may not know, but he seems to be kind of off his rocker.
He's the Ashaman.
Yeah. And Falk has declared that she is in fact, or the man is in fact Lady Helene. So.
Okay. Well, there's nothing for me to do.
No.
What are you talking about? There are lots of things you can do.
Yeah, he brings her, floats her back back to the stairwell.
Well, I guess what's your role in all of this, Helene?
So, seeing that her disguise is now useless, even though she's bound, her whole demeanor changes. It goes from that cowering, shabby squatter to that regal, commanding presence. She doesn't respond to your question, though, as she just gives you an icy stare. At this time as well, Elspeth, realizing that that her mother is involved in this, starts to have a breakdown.
Uh-oh.
As she starts crying, she curls up on the step over by the wall, and she's just crying and shouting at her mom.
Yeah, I'll go over to her and pat her on the shoulder and say, there. I'll try to soothe her. Is there
intimidation?
anybody nearby that I can cut with my sword?
Well, there's lots of people, but I don't know if you'd want to.
All right, this is what I'll do then. I'll try to calm her down because she's got the vapors. I'll use my listen skill so she feels like somebody's listening to her.
I'd either do a charisma or
handle animal.
Yeah.
What's the DC to actually listen to somebody?
You can do it as a heal check.
Animal
I think
empathy.
it'd be a concentration check.
You can do it as a heal check.
I don't. I'm just, I'll try charisma. How's that?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm trying to think
12.
of what else. What would
Yeah, I can't think.
positively affect their mood?
Diplomacy.
Diploma. There you go. And add your
That's what it would be anyway.
12.
12.
Oh, 12. Okay. So you're able to calm her a little bit,
Okay.
but not enough to. Now she's no longer rocking back and forth crying. She just starts hurling insults and curses at the Lady Helene.
You can't talk to your mother that way, young lady.
As at this though, Lady Helene does respond to her daughter, telling her that she would never hurt her, and it wasn't her intent to hurt her. She just had to buy time until she could figure out a plan after Jalis had ordered her execution. This doesn't seem to settle Elspeth, though. Just as distraught as before.
Do we recognize that name?
You should. Jalis was a Domani who had arrived on Danu 26th and had taken over the Darkfriend cell.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I still don't think we probably should be privy to that.
Yeah, it was Jalis Sedai. When you talked with Elspeth, that was the one who had set her up to get kidnapped.
Oh, okay. So what do we do now, Adina?
Lady Helene, I suggest you start talking. You are in the presence of a city ran by the Dragon Reborn. There won't be kindness for you, but perhaps we can alleviate some of the fallout that might befall your daughter. Diplomacy?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How long can someone hold that Arms of Air? Do you know off the top of your head?
Indefinitely. Until they go to sleep.
What'd you get?
14.
Yeah, so the response is the same as before. She doesn't seem to be paying you guys much attention.
I'm going to switch out the shield weave for Tool of Air.
Okay.
I'm just going to smack her. Just a second. It's going to be the subdual one, so it's like a 0 weave. I think it's 1d6.
Okay.
But I got to double check here. Come on. Good Lord. Come on.
So while you're doing that, just to refresh you guys, since it's been so long, so you guys had also gotten information. Let's go back to it here. So you had gotten a note from the Dark Friends at the top of the tower that had said, previous message received, have 23 TR departing for rendezvous immediately. You also know that Jalis had a strange metallic contraption that had words in the old tongue. That said something about being a key. That was what Elspeth was able to see before she put it back in her pack. You guys recognize some of that as the artifice
Of brazen.
brazen. Yep, that you guys are looking for. You know that there's another person that's involved, but she doesn't know who that was. Jalis was talking to that other person. You also know that Jalis was setting out after the Tower Embassy convoy to kill somebody before it reached Tarvalon. Then you guys know that that convoy left about 4 days ago as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Real quick, John, sorry. My diplomacy was 18.
18?
Yeah, I was looking at Decipher script. But she's, like, hostile to us, so it might not change too much.
Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit to change her.
What, want me to hold her daughter over the edge?
No.
Well, good. That wouldn't be something I would do, but
Falkwood,
for sure.
So I'm going to ask Liam if we can bind her in a normal manner, tie her hands and search her to see if she's carrying any messages or anything on her person.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys don't see anything, but you notice now seems free. Make reflex saves. All right, Adina?
17, sorry.
And Shogoth.
15.
Falk?
5.
And Rafe.
24.
All right, so Rafe, you'll be able to make a grapple against her. As soon as she's released, she's gonna try and jump off the tower, or where in the stairwell. You're embracing as well?
Yeah, so, and I have the second weave for hardened air on.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'll let you. You had it on her already?
No,
or you had it ready?
I had it ready.
Okay,
in case like Liam threw her, but
okay.
She's trying to take a header off the side. Is that what you said?
Yeah, she's trying to throw herself off the tower. So let's go ahead and we'll do your grapple first.
All right. Is she going to take her attack of opportunity?
No.
So just
She's too busy trying to kill herself.
Dark One's on luck.
Okay.
17.
She got an 18. So she'll
Well, you're weak.
deny the grapple, and then you'll be able to.
So reflex for her. Let's go with 17.
She got a 21.
Dang. Yeah, she's going.
So let's see. I believe that was like 250.
It's enough to kill anybody. That's 25d6.
I think we also decided it was 1 round for them to hit the bottom.
Yeah, didn't we math it out?
So it's 250 feet total, but you guys are halfway, so 125. So 12d6. Would you hit the bottom in one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even from the top.
Yeah,
Even in D&D you would. It's like the rules are, I forget, it's like 200 feet or 300 feet the first round, and then 500 or 600 each round after that.
Is it just 1d6?
Per 10 feet.
10?
And if you wanted, technically, if she was trying to, like, do any sort of tumble, you could make the first 10 feet subdual.
Oh. This is a game
you do the
system where
opposite?
somebody could conceivably survive jumping off a 120 foot or landing on pavement.
Yep.
Which I did in real life before.
Yeah. Well, you did the hero pose, right?
If you do a roll, like Link, you can jump from any height.
Wasn't the old rule
even out of a plane?
You have to roll a number of feet equal to how far you've fallen to break the momentum.
Yeah, which gets pretty tiring, let me tell you.
You just roll and you're like, I fell 30 minutes ago. I stop now. I'll take all that damage.
No damage, but if you don't roll that like last 10 feet, then all of it catches up to you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dead.
That'd be very interesting to see. Someone stands up after rolling for about 15 minutes, and then it's like they get hit by a train.
Their eyes go wide.
He should have kept on rolling.
You know, in GoldenEye, when the guards would do their roll and they'd shoot them 1,000,000 times, but they'd have to continue their animation and then they'd stand up.
Alright, so yeah, she's negative 15 dead.
Paste.
Yeah, so
Quick healer.
as Liam releases her per Falk's request,
I was getting the rope out of my bag.
yeah, she jumps over the edge. Rafe tries to make a grab for her, and she wiggles out of his grasp. And Adina looks intently on, but she continues to fall. There's a thud a moment later.
Say, Livy, I'll tell, what was her name again?
Elspeth?
Elspeth. You can quit crying. Your mom's dead.
Yeah, she just, like, you would expect her to go into be, like, hysterical after this, but it's the opposite. Not, like, calming, but she just, you know, the eyes are open, but no one's home at this point. She's kind of checked out now.
She had a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to underline the at Falk's request.
Yeah. He just finds a way to kill women, doesn't he? Yeah. One way or another.
Light.
That's a talent that will come in handy when we catch up to the Aes Sedai.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's hope it continues to be handy.
All right. Well, so who's going to pay us?
It doesn't matter about pay. We need to catch up to the Dragon Reborn before they can use the Artifice of Brazen on him to control him.
I suppose.
And to the best of my knowledge right now, that was our last lead.
Oh, we know that,
They left 4 days ago.
Yeah, they left
They're going
4
to
days
Tar
ago.
Valon.
and I'm willing to bet that they're not that hard to track down.
Well, do we know that? We don't know that. We know Rand's missing.
Oh, okay. That's right.
But we know the Aes Sedai that she was going to meet had headed towards Tar Valon. Or she was going to kill someone in the convoy that was headed to Tar Valon, right?
Yes. She was going to catch up with the convoy to kill somebody in the convoy before they got to Tar Valon.
But we don't know where the convoy is, just that their general direction.
Just that they're heading toward Val. Okay.
So Liam had
opened a gateway to Dumai's well.
He had actually been looking down at the body, and kind of comes back and says that he can take you to the Black Tower. Says we can gateway there.
The Black who what now?
Have we heard of this by now?
We've
you
been
may have
traveling
heard
the wilds.
rumors. Yeah.
Being in town at Cairhein, we've probably heard some.
Yeah, I mean, your belief or disbelief is depending on your character, really. I mean, if you ask Liam about it, and he'll tell you pretty true that there's quite a few Mel channelers there, more than what most people think. As most people get the idea of like one or two.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I scoff at the idea.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not scoff, but like there couldn't be that many gathered, right? They'd all go crazy and kill each other or something.
I think that males being able to channel is an Aes Sedai plot. Well, I'm not convinced Liam can channel, you see.
Because Adina's been around
Right.
most of the time. He's been channeling.
I'm entirely uncomfortable with the notion.
Right now, we might not have a better choice. He knows how to travel. And that's about the best we can do right now, is perhaps go find a map and hopefully maybe start visiting towns along the routes to Tar Valon. It's hard to hide a convoy of Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
Did everybody refer to Mazrim Taim as Mahal? Or was that only his inner circle?
I think
No.
it was the people in the Black Tower.
Okay.
Everybody
Yeah.
at the Black Tower.
Yeah.
It was his
Like his-
rank.
Yeah.
A million,
So he does state
Given,
that
yeah.
he's not willing to waste time jumping around trying to find him. But
I was referring that we go there because if he knows how to travel,
well, and that's what he's saying is I'm not willing to waste time jumping around trying to find him, but I'm pretty sure that the Mahayal will know.
Well, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do.
Do we have time to get our horses? And Dill?
Yeah, I mean he does seem a little impatient to be gone, but he will wait.
Okay.
All right, so I guess I'll sling what's her name over my shoulder and go dump her at the palace or wherever she's from. Can't leave her here with all these poor folk, especially at night.
I'll do a sense motive on Elspeth
Okay.
to see if it's like faked shock or hatred for her mom type thing.
I would still like to go pick through her dead mom's pockets.
Oh, yeah. See
Yeah.
if she's got
Go
any
ahead.
messages or
Okay,
whatever.
that's what I do.
Roll your pick through pockets.
You want me to roll a search?
Yeah.
I'll walk by you, Falk, and stand there and shake my head until you notice.
25 on my sense motive.
You sense it to be very genuine, including the her snapping, and she doesn't even
Kill a
Even,
woman and then loot her.
I didn't
give
kill her.
any reaction.
killed herself.
when
You failed
Falk
to-
starts
you failed to
digging
catch
through
her.
her
No, I was
splattered
cheated.
splattered mom's pockets.
Cheated, I say.
I'll
Besides, I'm not looting her.
I'll walk over
Her
to her
daughter
and
may
put my
want
hand
her-
on her. I'm pretty
Her effects,
emotionless,
and if
but,
there are any notes,
um,
we could use them.
and I'll tell her I suggest that when you get back to wherever it is that you don't mention anything of your mother being involved in this. Fallout would be quite bad.
Yeah, there's no response from her. I mean, doesn't even acknowledge that anybody's talking to her or that Cho'Gath is guiding her around or carrying her or whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I won't actually put her over
yeah.
my shoulder. That's a
Okay,
rude
just
way
guide
of
her.
carrying.
What's the state of the corpse? Is it still identifiable?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
It's only 125 feet.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it wouldn't have even bounced, I don't think.
Yeah, you can tell it's mangled, but if someone takes the fake beard off and things like that, then they'd be able to tell who it was.
Hurry up, Falk.
What
I want
was
to
your
dispose of the body before...
16.
So you
Blood ball.
Goreball.
Are you going to make another gore ball?
you find a masterwork throwing dagger
Nice.
and a hollow ring that contains one pill.
Ah, nice.
Take the pill. I dare you.
Find out what it does, Falk.
I think Race are guinea pig in that kind of thing.
What is it? Okay.
Oh, I'm dying.
Already frail constitution.
I'm undone.
Can we get it down to a 1?
It is a very nice ring, though.
Okay. I'll take any jewelry or personal effects so that her daughter can have them.
All right. Yeah, that's all she had on her.
Okay. Yeah, I was mostly looking for any kind of personal messages or notes or anything like that. Just
Yeah, you don't find anything like that.
okay.
All right, so you guys can go back to the inn and get your mounts, get Dill, drop Elspeth off, and is there anything else that you wanted to...
No, we gotta hurry, right?
Yeah, well, before we leave the tower, I'm going to try to burn the body up.
Okay.
So I'm going to harden air in like a cylinder that's kind of hollow, so that way the fire goes up. And I'll tie that off. And then I will basically just make a fire and go for it.
Okay.
So the first one's going to be a campfire, and then I will increase it by 2 steps, which will make it a house fire, and I'll hold that for a little bit, which shouldn't take long.
Making an incineration chamber here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't take very long. Once you start, her clothes catch in her hair, and pretty soon she's roasting away. And after you hold it for a bit, it won't take long for you to burn her beyond recognition.
That's
if
basically
what you're
what I
going
want,
for.
yeah.
Okay. gonna say it'll take a while if you're trying to like cremate her though.
Yeah, well, I don't even know. Well, a house fire might be able to do it.
Yeah.
But it would depend on like how intense it is, I guess. But
yeah, so it doesn't take you very long. There's no one around the tower right now either.
the screams from earlier probably.
Yeah, there
Bodies
hasn't been
falling
for
from
a
the sky.
while.
All right. So yeah, like this is probably like maybe 2-3
Only
rounds.
one or did two get thrown off the top?
It was only the archers from me.
I didn't throw anybody.
I don't think I threw anybody.
Yeah, that's. But how many did you fling off? Was it just one or was it two?
I think it's 2.
Two.
And one might have gone down the center. I'm not sure. I forget. But I held back, Justin. Only the ones that were shooting at me. My life was in danger. So no need for a dagger or a masterwork throwing knife in my eye.
I'm not keeping the masterwork throwing knife. They'll go to Elspeth.
All right. So do you guys have everything that you
Probably
that you
take
need?
that pill and die
Yeah.
too.
So
Completing my eradication.
Liam
of all
follows
women
you
and
over
women.
to the inn, and after you gather everything, he motions you to silence, and for a long moment he stands stock still with his eyes closed. With a sharp moan, Liam shudders. A bright mote of light appears in the air before you. It quickly stretches into a glowing line, and with a flash of light widens into a hole in space, revealing a forest glade on the other side. "Quickly," he shouts. "I can't hold it long. Through the gate."
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll charge forward,
Okay.
sword drawn.
So, as you guys go through, the scenery abruptly changes from the city and the stable yard that you were in to a nice wooded area. The area that you guys come through is cleared out, though. You step through the gateway, and you're standing in a clearing that was once a tended field. At the edge of the clearing are the ruins of a rude shack. The air seems much cleaner and cooler than it did in Cairhein. Liam steps through the gate behind you, and it snaps shut with a wink. "This is where I grew up. Good old Andor." He looks sadly at the shack. "I killed them, you know, when I knew what I was, before they could find out. They would have betrayed me to the Tower Witches." He giggles suddenly and turns towards you with a light of utter madness dancing in his eyes. "Everyone betrays me in the end." Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
It is.
We should have had him wait a day. I'm very exhausted right now,
no.
guys.
I have 6 hit points. Max.
Oh, because you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Liam.
Right.
Can you heal ability damage? I can only do arms of air. That's all they taught me.
Oh, thank God we might actually be able to survive this. Unless he's flinging us a couple 100 feet.
All right. Adina.
7.
Cho'Gath.
17.
Falk.
16. Although Cho'Gath is going to kill him in the first round, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Hopefully.
Shogoth, we trust.
Rafe.
3.
Can I do a chrono or trigger type thing and catch his blade on fire? X-slash or something? Can we get that going?
Yeah. Let's do a magic burst, a power burst.
I
or
like
something.
that idea.
Because my sword's power rot, so it can hold the one power.
That'd be a fun Terangrial.
I'm technically a channeler.
where you get 2 swords of a certain type or something, and then if both hits,
Yeah.
it sets up a resonance or something.
I like it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So Dill reacts first, and he
Dude's crazy.
he quickly steps back and draws his bow out.
I kind of feel bad.
Why?
It was us pushing him to use as much of the power as he possibly. It's kind of caused him to go this far off the deep end.
With the amount of well, your characters could still feel that way, but out of game, the amount of madness I saw on that character sheet, a couple over channels here or there ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
It was
But he
meant to
seemed
be.
like a nice guy when we first met him. It must be our fault.
You should have just waited till he was asleep, Justin.
So
It does
Dill
make it easier.
takes a quick step back, pulls out his bow, and shoots him.
I've been waiting for this.
You're next
And
to
hits him. Choga.
Right. So then, I mean, it's obvious just looking at him. Yeah. Well, I mean, how far can I 5 foot to him?
You guys are all right next to each other.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a full attack then.
Okay.
28.
That's a hit.
15 damage with the
Okay.
first attack.
So he's still standing.
He's full of the taint now too, so he's technically shadow spawn.
Oh, okay. Then no, just kidding. 24.
That's a hit.
9 damage.
All right, so that'll drop him. Doesn't kill him. So
And I'll cleave to him.
Dill steps back, takes a quick shot at him, and then Cho'Gath,
I was ready for it.
draws his sword, and one fluid motion sweeps up across his body, and then brings it down
Unfolds
into
the
his
fan.
neck. And you see madness in his eyes as he drifts into unconsciousness.
Sorry, Liam. You were rabid. Had to put you down.
Well, let's kick some dirt on him.
I'm going to see if I can stop the bleeding.
Yeah, you can do your heal.
Rend.
I'll interrupt him. He's completely mad.
6.
These are the men that broke the world.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not.
Did you guys want to loot him too?
Well, let's see what we got on him.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and do your search.
Still looking for that.
I was just thinking that it may be difficult going to the Black Tower and saying, "Oh, by the way, we killed one of your people."
I think perhaps that this might be a common occurrence where we're going.
Go ahead and do your search.
I don't have it. Somebody else search him.
All
I
right.
shouldn't have to. I killed him.
27.
All right. So, he has a masterwork longsword, a dagger. You find a figurine of a laughing fox. He's got a pouch that has 5 stones, and he has thieves' tools.
Was that a masterwork dagger?
No, masterwork longsword, normal dagger.
And it was a laughing fox?
Yeah, small figurine of a laughing fox.
This belongs at the Stone of Tyr.
Belongs in a museum.
I'm sure that Adina agrees with that wholeheartedly.
Well, it belongs somewhere. Like my pouch. Thank you.
All right. So,
Oh, thieves' tools. Do I have those?
That would have been made picking that gate lock a bit more difficult.
Yeah, I got them. Impossible, maybe? Is it impossible without it?
I forget.
That's
It might be. It might be if it's impossible if it's over a certain
yeah.
number. I forget.
all right. So, looking around, surveying the area, this shack has been vacant for a while. There's no like well maintained path that leads up to it, but you do, Volk, as you notice a trail. Looks like a hunter's trail.
Okay. Do I sense wolves nearby too?
You do. They're pretty distant though.
That'll still be a comfort.
So do you want to follow that trail out of here? So you guys know you're in Andor, but you don't know where exactly.
Yeah, I'll put Liam's body over the back of my horse and
Okay.
start following the trail.
If I missed it, did you save his life?
No,
No, he's still
but I'm
bleeding
going to
out.
take his body back to the Black Tower.
Yeah, which is probably a good idea.
So
It wouldn't have mattered. I would have rented them anyway.
All right. So you guys are traveling along the trail there. The forest thins slightly as the miles pass under your feet. The day grows hotter. As you climb yet another hill in the unseasonable heat, you notice a faint tendril of bluish smoke climbing above the trees, perhaps a mile distant.
Okay.
So you guys have been traveling for about 4 hours on this trail.
It looks like a better place than any to see about getting our position.
Yeah, we can scout ahead.
Okay.
You're gonna scout ahead, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to stealthily scout or just
Yes.
full charge horse scout?
No. Cho'Gath's the full charge horse scout.
Cho'Gath scout.
Go ahead and do your hide and move silently.
Right, and we are in the forest, right?
Yes.
Okay, hide is 22.
If your madness gets high enough,
Move is 16.
couldn't you believe you're always in the forest? And
Probably.
would it count?
Hide 12, move 9.
Probably not, because I'd be trying to hide behind trees and things that
Aren't
don't
there.
exist.
All right. So, Falk, you do a really good job of keeping yourself hidden and avoiding underbrush. You had a 12 and a 9, right? So it's made even more impressive looking by the fact that Rafe is having a tougher time with it. Different trees.
You're more alarmed at my bloodshot eyes and yellow skin.
And the fact that you're about to pass out at any moment.
Yeah, you shouldn't be scouting.
And I cough like a 90-year-old
Actually, after a
man.
few minutes, I'm going to suggest that Rafe go back and rest.
I feel fine.
I'm picturing you like with your shirt like unbuttoned down to your waist, and like we can see your ribs. You're breathing shallow.
He's just always got sweat.
So are you going to follow that advice?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you'll head back, and Falk, you creep along for about 20 minutes in these woods, and you approach the fire, and you see an old leathery man, or old man with leathery skin and a big bristling beard, sitting at a campfire. His back is to you, and he appears to be cooking.
Okay.
You see that his camp consists of a thatched lean-to and drying racks before the fire pit. You recognize it as a trapper camp.
Good. So I don't see anyone else. It's just him, right?
Yeah.
So I'll reveal myself and call out to him.
Do a wilderness lore first.
26.
So you know, especially being from Andor, that this is the wrong season for trapping.
Okay.
He's a troll. I'll cut him down.
Maybe he's just new.
But he's completely unaware of your presence.
Can I spot anything else that might seem a little bit out of place about the camp?
Yeah, do a spot.
21.
So you notice that he is cooking, and all that. You know, the drying racks are set up. There's nothing on them though.
Okay.
Also, and he doesn't have any like traps or bait or anything that you can see.
Okay. I'll try and slip back to the others.
Okay. Go ahead and do another move silently and hide.
Hide is a 14. Move silently is a 13.
Okay. So, you're behind this tree, watching for a moment, and then as you try and move back into the forest, you take a step back, and your foot comes down on a branch that snaps. He turns around and he shouts, "Kefi!" And he's looking right at you. You can
Kefi?
Kefi, yeah. You can see he's visibly disappointed to see you, instead of whatever he was expecting to see.
Okay.
But he does introduce himself as Galen. Says, "Oh, sorry, thought you were somebody else." Says that my name is Galen. So I was just about to sit down for some dinner. If you wanted to join me.
That would be mighty kind of you. I've been searching for a safe place to take my rest.
Says that that his camp is pretty safe. He's been using it for many a year now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll apologize for sneaking up on him and say these days you can never be too careful on who you trust.
True, very true. Definitely some odd times that we have these days. He asks what or where you were coming from.
We came from south, right?
Yeah.
And I said a little farm south of here was the last place we passed.
Oh, yeah, I know that. It's been run down for a long time now. What are you doing out here? Are you hunting? And the main road is quite a ways off.
Well, I by trade am a forest guide and a hunting guide, so the woods are a little more familiar for me than the main roads, and these days possibly safer.
So he listens to what you had to say, and you can see his face looks conflicted for a moment, as if he's trying to make up his mind. But then he opens his mouth and stops for a second, closes it, and then he says, "Well, I know that we just met and all, but you see, I'm trying to find my grandson. As we were out here, and he wandered off the trail. Couple hours, or about 5 hours ago, when we were coming to this camp, and haven't been able to find any signs of him.
Okay.
As I'm getting on in my years, sad to say, but a young pair of eyes definitely be appreciated if you have the time."
Say it's the least I can do for sharing your fire with me. But I do have some companions that I will be wondering where I'm at. I came to see whose fire it was, make sure that you were friendly before we approached.
No worries. You can never be too safe, as you said. So I'd be more than happy to share my fire with you and all your companions. Do you think that they'd be willing to assist in the search?
Possibly, yes.
So, having agreed to assist him, and with the possibility of more eyes, you see hope in his face. As you can do a sense motive if you'd like to as well.
I'm the wrong party member for this role. Maybe not. 19.
So you get the feeling that he's being genuine about this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him if if his grandson left the path in the southern direction, so that we may be able to keep an eye out for his path on our way back to gather my companions.
He says that it was just a little ways back south. We had come and set everything down, and I wanted to show him some of the basics of hunting and trapping, and figured that since this heat's gone on longer than it should, it's perfect time. But as I had stopped to examine some tracks, and when I turned back to him, he was gone. So as I could show you, it's just down here a little ways.
Sure. Let me grab my companions, and that way we have all of the eyes that we need.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't take very long for you to gather the rest of the group, and he'll, if you allow him to, he'll follow you over.
Yep.
As you guys are going, he points out the spot,
Okay.
as shows you where those tracks were, and then says, you can do a
Wilderness lore?
Yeah, wilderness lore.
If you give me a level, I can track by scent. But without that, it's a 15.
Okay. So yeah, it's not difficult to make out the trail, and he acknowledges that. It's like, it's pretty obvious that he went off this way, but after a little bit, that's where they just end. So.
Okay. So when we get back to the group, does he make any comment about the dead Ashaman on the back of my horse?
No, he stays silent about it, but you do catch concern on his face.
Yeah.
as if maybe he made the wrong choice.
But yeah, I'll let him know that this man died heading towards the Black Tower, and if we find anyone that would take his body back, then we would be passing it on to them, but felt that he deserved somewhat of a proper burial.
So he eyes you guys. You got 4 males and 1 female, and
Plus, I look like
asks-
Palpatine now. So.
asks
Greetings,
what business do you have at that cursed place?
Well, returning the body for one.
Best to just leave him where he lies.
Do you know where the tower is?
I sure do, miss.
We'd like to be heading there.
Well, I can make you a map. I'm pretty good at map making, but the least I can do for helping find my grandson.
His grandson wandered off into the woods, and I told him I'd help him follow the tracks.
Of course.
If you need to, you can head on ahead, and I can stay behind and help him.
Well, we are in a hurry. Can't let some child go missing in these woods.
Well,
How old is your grandson, old timer?
He says that my grandson is 10.
hey, a playmate for Dill, and potentially another.
Yeah, Dill's 10, isn't he?
A curious boy. A
Oh,
little too curious for his own good sometimes.
I'll point out Dill and say, "Is this your grandson?"
No, I wish it was. It would have made it a little lot simpler. The lad ain't my kin. So do you want to go back to the camp first, or do you just want to pick up the trail as you guys are heading back towards?
I'd probably just want to pick up the trail as we head back.
Okay.
Although I would suggest that Rafe go to the camp and get some sleep.
Yeah, he points out the direction to, just about 5 minutes walk up ahead. You can't miss it. So as long as you stay on this trail, feel free to make yourselves at home. There's some food, hot food there. So
Thank you, sir.
He's probably got like a watery, wheezing cough right now.
Well, I'll go with Falk then. I'll
Don't
tell
let
Dill
him
to stay
kill
with
me.
Rafe and Adina.
okay. So it'll be 2 wilderness lore checks.
First one, 13.
Do you want an aid?
Second one is a 28. You're not there.
Oh,
So it will take you 3 hours
You're
to
delirious from
find
fever.
him.
Okay.
I'll help you.
But you are able to follow the tracks.
Okay.
So it's about 5.5 hours later that you 3 return to the camp. So
4?
you guys will have some,
4?
4. Sorry, 4 return to the camp. You guys will have
Thought we
time
found
to
him
do
dead.
whatever you feel like doing for that.
I will rest.
Okay.
Light activity only. No combat or use of the 1 power.
Adina, what would you like to do for these 5 hours?
I'm pretty tired, too, so I'll sit down.
Okay.
Maybe see if I can get that smiling fox thing from Rafe when he's in his fever-induced delirium.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see what comes of it.
All right, Rend.
Right.
Give it to me, Rafe. Dill will offer to stand watch if you guys want to get some shut-eye.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, I think he'll probably do a better job of watch than some other people.
You see, he's
I'm sure you
also
feel
got his
safer.
eye on that laughing fox, too.
Everybody.
No.
This is my family heirloom.
It's been my family for generations.
It's the only surviving evidence that I was once a High Lord.
Mm-hmm. It's your
and a
family.
Mel Chandler. But yeah, if you go ahead and interact.
If any request is made, I'll offer it up. It's just a knick-knack to me. I'll look at those 5 stones while I'm resting, I suppose, and see if I can make heads or tails of them.
They're not perfectly round, but about as close as you get. be really not good at skipping, but definitely good at throwing.
Are they made from precious stones?
No.
Have I ever
Just-
encountered anything like them before?
Yeah, they're just normal rocks. They're just very well shaped.
He was a crazy man.
Experiment number 1. Throw stone into fire. No, I won't do that. I'll just put them back in the pouch. And
Okay.
Experiment number 2. Throw one at Adina.
Adina, think fast.
Experiment number 3. Swallow one.
Brand.
Of course, since it's just Adina and Rafe, it becomes like a cartoon, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. No one is wounded permanently.
So yeah, Rafe hands over the laughing fox if you ask for it, and you see that it is obviously very aged. I'm not sure what tests you'd be able to do. None, probably, unless you want to just start experimenting with weaves.
Did
I can throw a couple 0 levels at it.
Got my
Dill
rolls.
get a masterwork already?
He had a masterwork short sword because he's a kid. I
Yeah.
don't think his bow is. I think his bow's just normal.
Did you get it? Anybody want this masterwork longsword before I throw it away?
I've got a masterpiece long sword, so
Yeah,
Masterpiece.
I have a masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't
Also
know.
a power rod.
You might just want to re-loot the body
Also
and put
a
it back
hammer.
in
Right.
his inventory.
It's probably their
because, it was...
issued weapon.
Yeah,
Well, if you leave it laying out, then that takes up more memory.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you put it back in a container, it doesn't count.
And the game master has to deal with so much
Tame will
already.
ask after the Angreal, and I'll be like, I don't know. What? And then he'll rend me. Either way, I was getting rended. Rending later is better than being rended now, I say.
Hopefully you get your constitution back.
Right.
well, honestly, I think I'd have a better chance of surviving a rend from Adina than
Yeah, that's
from
true.
from Tame.
No,
No?
I can cap out my rend. I mean, like, his base damage would be higher by a little bit, maybe by about 10.
All right, so roll a percentage or a percent.
45.
Didn't they have something about?
What? Protecting Angreal?
Yeah.
We discussed it earlier on, but
Yeah.
I think...
What do you think? What powers would that
the
use?
Angreal
Yeah, like how we were doing it was,
touch.
yeah, is that if you can channel, you can sense it.
Oh,
And then probably the caveat that,
The Angreal seemed like they had a weave or something.
yeah, Angreal required like weave requirements. And then the only thing I'd add to that is if it's gendered. So, like if it's...
yeah.
Were there any non-gendered ones?
Well, like Terangreals are non-general.
Yeah.
Or gendered usually.
Angreal or Sangreal.
Yeah, most likely not. I mean, they gotta channel a specific power. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you be able to tell an Angreal for a male?
well,
Would you sense something with it? I
I'd
guess?
say maybe not on that. We'd have to figure out if Rand's ever picked up anything, or if they picked up anything related to like Rand, like the fat man with the sword.
Yeah. Well, they do know. I mean, they're
Elaine found one for a dude.
yeah.
Cart, but I don't think she sensed it right away. She had to do the same sort of thing about the Angreal.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so I'd say if this is a gendered one, that it's just not picking up for me unless I have the appropriate feats and path.
Okay. And that's because I mean it should be a weave that you're using as well.
Well, there's a lot of that stuff where they pick it up and they just know. in the
Yeah.
book,
So okay. So let's do this. You said a 45.
Mhm.
Okay. Do another one. You're gonna do a 4 total. Or
50.
wait, did she use all of those, all the elements, or all the powers? I'm trying to remember. Let's look it up.
Hey, Chris.
Hmm.
In your journal, did you put anything special about your attempt to grab the lady out of the air as she jumped?
Not really.
Okay. I'm going to put in like a little blip about how she seemed to bounce off something and have her falling trajectory altered slightly.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. Most likely there might have been something hanging, like a piece of cloth that gets torn or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and what was this? The next one?
57.
Okay, and then go another one.
59.
Okay, again,
35.
and one more.
54.
Okay, so you nothing happens. The weave just falls apart. Is you used spirit and then air, and you used spirit and then tried to add more air to it. So going into that figurine.
Okay.
Was if you'd like to, I also had rules for if you want to choose which powers you're going to, or which of the 5 powers you're going to use.
I'd say also possibly if just identifying it, maybe Knowledge Arcana might work too. Or Praise.
You can go ahead and do that. Weren't we doing something like that earlier too? Trying to find a female one?
No, we were doing gather information to try to find an Ongriel. 23.
Okay. So you can deduce that this is most likely an object of the power.
But not something that okay.
Yeah, but not something that you would be able to use. I mean, it seems like most figurines are Ongriel, right? It's almost always what they are.
Yeah, I'm trying to think all the Ongriels. I think all I can remember is the little fat man. The rest were like Saw Ongriel, because I think the white little rod is Saw Ongriel.
A lot of them seem to be more objects than figurines most of the time.
Yeah, and then I think Cat Swain had like some in her hair,
yeah,
her power net, but they were all also like Ongriel.
Yeah, the Nynaeve's ring and bracelet set.
But according to the community, that's why there were far less male-oriented ones throughout the stories, because females couldn't detect them at all, and they just would get thrown out.
Yeah.
So they would have, but she would have a good suspicion, right? Where it came from.
Yeah. And that's kind of what you get out of it.
Yeah, that's why we had to switch to like the Knowledge Arcana instead. Yeah. Like it has all of the characteristics and traits, but it doesn't have any of the signs.
So you guys are there for 5 hours. Dill's watching while you guys are resting. But Ghislaine, Falk, Cho'Gath, and young kid who you two now know is Kefi, is what his name is, come into the camp. Ghislaine is very happy and excited to have his grandson back, thanks you, over and over again, while keeping him close. But he does pull out some parchment and make you a map. It's very detailed, actually, as to where you are, which direction you need to travel, what landmarks to look for, and how to get to the Black Tower.
So from his map, can I kind of tell where we are in Andor?
Yeah, and I mean, he even tells you guys are probably about a week away from Cairhein right now.
Okay. So we're probably not too far away from my home.
Probably you guys probably have to go a bit more north.
Yeah, it'd probably be another few days of travel.
But... a female Ongriel by chance? It is your house,
hidden under the floorboards.
Yeah,
don't mess with character agency, Game Master.
But
actually, I was storing the Chiodan Call.
You had an access key.
No, it's actually both of them in the basement.
We've been excavating them. It's a family project.
Yeah. Little hobby.
So, you guys are welcome to stay here the night if you'd like. He says that he's going to take Kefi back home in the morning.
I think both Rafe and Adina could use a night's rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dill could.
Yeah, his shooting arm must be tired.
And I actually wouldn't mind just sitting around and chatting with some normal woods folk.
Yeah, he's
You've been traveling with one this whole time.
A lord does not count as
A laird.
a lord.
No, that was
A
like
laird.
the Scottish pronunciation. That's what I'll say from now on.
he's more than happy to talk with you
Okay.
as
Yeah,
long
just
as you want.
probably sit up and trade stories and hunting stories and that kind of stuff.
Do you guys want to do any type of watch?
Yeah, I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
I can take late morning. By that point, I should be fully rested.
Okay.
I'll take the second one then.
All right. Because that should be all you need to get through the night. All right. So you guys, Falk and Ghislaine end up talking majority of your watch, and you guys get some shut eye, but the night passes uneventfully. Thankfully, it cools off a bit more at night there and in the evening. But before too long, the sun comes up, and Ghislaine makes some breakfast, which you guys are welcome to. And after him and Keffy eat, he just starts packing up and wishes you well and starts on down the trail.
Well, we should be going. I want to press for our journey.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So if you guys travel normally, and he lets you know this, if you just travel the standard 8 hours, it's going to take you about a week to get there.
We would have been better off just following the caravan.
Because you guys would probably be making it about the same time, honestly. Same time to the Black Tower as you would have to catch up, just about.
Build a raft. I'll drudge up some water from somewhere and we'll just force a current.
No, I suppose we can try and speed things up a little bit. We're on horseback, so we can, what was the thing they did in the second book where they would canter downhill and
Run up on foot.
yeah, do something similar to that where we, kind of have the horses kick up a pace now and then.
Well, either way, it's going to translate into forced march.
Right.
Yeah.
And I forget the rigmarole. I think I just end up having to heal the horses because they don't take stun. Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Yeah. 15. I have 19 heals on me. So the higher up ones, we could really run them ragged, but I don't have enough to heal like all the horses.
So it takes normal damage, not subdual damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can be made to forced march, but it automatically fills its constitution, and damage is normal.
All right, and it's 1d6 per test, or
Yes.
okay. Does that increase? Does it go like 2d6, or is it just always 1d6?
Just 1d6.
If I do that, what is it? The one that removes exhaustion. Would that put off the damage because they're technically not tired?
Yeah. I mean, the rules would be treated the same for it
Just
as they're
track the
track it because they'll get it all at once that wears off.
So yeah, I'll say both of those options. We can march them, and then they might accidentally die, or we can take a break every so often, and I can heal them.
Because what type of horses do you guys got?
Light.
War horses.
Heavy war horse.
So 28 miles per day is, or I'm sorry, 32. So yeah, they're pretty even.
Yeah. And a mule.
Mule can go 16 per day normally.
So the mule's the one that we're gonna have to worry about.
Yeah. So in a normal 8 hour, you would do 16.
We can put the mule on top of the horse.
So for each hour over that you go, that's where the Constitution checks come in, which they would fail. So you can go another 4 hours.
Take it up to 24 miles.
So yeah, so 24 miles. You guys could shave off 4 out of the 10 days, I believe.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get there late on day 6.
With a rotting, stinking Ashaman corpse. We might just have to take his pins.
Yeah, you guys can shave off 4 days.
Yeah. I guess hearing that we're a week out, I'll find a place with some soft dirt and bury him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can carve out a space of up to like a couple 1,000 pounds worth of dirt.
That would be an easier way of doing it.
I would not do the 1,000-pound one, but yeah, I can. That's what we'll do at some point before we take off that day. Yeah, I'll just use arms of air, scoop out a big old plot of dirt, and put him in it.
By the way, Liam's a jerk. He said we were going to the Black Tower, and he dropped us off 10 days away.
Well,
just
he figured you were gonna betray him anyways, so he jumped the gun and betrayed you.
It's
He
just
didn't think that until after we were through.
yeah.
Doesn't that start almost immediately once because he was over channeling.
The over channeling doesn't matter. That's just one point of
Yeah.
insanity. He was past that point
Yeah,
long ago. He shouldn't have. He was an NPC,
yeah.
and if he was a player character, he would have been an NPC.
Yeah.
And he was probably rotting. Like there was probably a stench about him.
Well, there is now.
Yeah. Well, not yet. We're not. It's only the next day.
But that's
Um,
just what Cairhein smelled like.
Did you want to do any type of foraging?
I don't think we're going to have time.
No,
with
we've
the
got
forced
plenty of
march.
food.
Okay, you guys got food.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, and the traveling here and for your 6 days is fairly uneventful, and you stick to the trail. You link up to another trail, and at no point do you see a main road, but you're just following these paths through using the map and the landmarks. But it's pretty easy to follow.
All right, so how many forced march hours were we doing?
You need to do a total of 32 hours.
So
Or-
4 a day.
Sorry, yeah, 4 a day. Yeah.
And it's each
I'm
hour
sorry.
they.
16 hours, sorry.
So 4 per day.
Yeah, 4 per day is what you guys are doing. So
Per
16
horse.
hours. Yeah, per horse.
I don't need the hours. I need to know the checks because I need to heal the horses between
You would need 4.
All right, so I'm basically
Yeah.
doing 20 weaves a day.
I guess really,
Well, there's.
what does the mule have? What's the lowest hit
It would
points?
actually just be the mule you would need to heal because the others should be able to keep up for the most part.
Oh, because they're doing 32 miles.
Yeah.
They're not forced marching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Alright,
yeah.
just the mule.
So it's 4 weaves a day.
yeah, just
on the
4.
mule.
Yeah.
Is what is the mule's hit points?
Oh, I can't remember. Let me check.
Is
Well, as long as we're doing it in between, I only need to
Yeah.
roll or do the level 1
okay.
weave because he can't take more than 8 damage in per hour, right?
You can't take more than 6.
Yeah, but I can cover
Oh,
8.
okay, you can cover 8. Yeah.
So, 1,
So-
2, 3, 4.
So the first one would be 2. The second is 3, so he's 5. The next one is 3, so he's at 8 there, and then a 4. So 12 total for the first day.
No, I was just doing it between each.
Oh, you're just going.
Stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if I don't need to heal the horses, I can just keep the mule going.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll keep track. Because at the end of this, he's going to get all of it, right?
No,
Or-
this is healing.
Oh, you're actually
Yeah,
healing.
we're
Okay,
doing it.
sorry.
Yeah. that's
I
what
thought
we're
you were doing the
I just
endurance.
needed to know so that way if we get in an encounter, I know how many weaves I have.
Oh, okay.
So right now, if we get in an encounter between now and when our journey ends, I'm minus 4 level 1 weaves.
Okay. Yeah, and again, it's pretty uneventful. It's probably some of the most peaceful travel you guys have had in a long time. But so late in the day on day 6, as you guys come to a sprawling 2-story farmhouse with a thatched roof, it stands at the center of a clearing beside 2 even larger frame houses. These are freshly built by the look of them, by the look of the raw lumber, with corrals for horses, split rail pens for cows, and a flock of black goats, and a neat row of chicken coops. Beyond the barn, dozens of long white tents are lined in a neat row. So a number of women sit before the houses, sewing and watching over children playing in the yard. And the absence of fields around the compound is the first indication that this is no ordinary farm. The group of black-coated men practicing sword forms not far away is another. It seems you have found the Black Tower.
Did Rafe's constitution damage heal over those days?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Oh, he looks a little less like he's dying.
I think it was supposed to heal that night. Was it
Yeah.
one day?
It's just 1 point per night.
Oh, okay.
2 if it's full bed
Yeah,
rest.
if he has full rest. But yeah, you'll be able to heal it up. So as you guys enter the clearing, a man breaks away from the group of practicing swordsmen and swaggers towards you. He has a sneer. He's also has a sharp nose. You recognize him as a Terraboner, about middle age. But you get the sense, just by the way that he walks, that he's pretty arrogant, full of himself, you might say.
We're about to be rendered.
But he stops you guys as you are entering and asks what you're doing here.
I'll give him a nod, and I'll say, I am Adina Shadri, and we come on behalf of, we're searching for the Black Tower.
Okay. Go ahead and do diplomacy.
25.
Okay. So, he says that you found it. What's your business here, though? Are you here to be tested? He looks at you three.
She wants to be a male channeler. Both sources of
Power overwhelming.
Well,
I'll say I've already been tested and I was found
Wanting.
not.
and I'm Tara, and we've bred out all the ability to channel.
I'll reach into my pouch,
What are you doing here?
and I'll hold my hand out, and if he goes to, hold his hand, I'll drop Liam's pins into his hand.
Okay. So, at that, he looks at you suspiciously and asks where you got these.
We probably also had his sword, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll offer that.
We were in Cairhein, however it's pronounced, looking for, on business of our own, and we came across Liam, one of your men, I believe. And at some point we became embroiled in a search for the Dragon Reborn, who has gone missing.
Okay.
When he came here, he was supposed to take us here, but he succumbed to the taint, as all men will.
What did you do with him?
We buried him near his farm.
Go ahead and do another diplomacy. Is his attitude as you're talking about this? Once you pulled out the pins, his attitude really starts to become hostile.
Oh no, 15.
Okay. So he does not like what he's hearing. You'll be able to do one more in your conversation with him as well.
But our main worry right now is the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
We have in our journeys we came across people who would wish to bring the Dragon Reborn harm, and we seek to stop them. I would like to believe that at the end of the day, we're mutually aligned in that regard.
Okay. So he calls someone over, one of the other people practicing the sword, and he
I'm gonna wind up getting bonded.
he leans over and talks to him, You can't make out what he's saying, but that guy runs off to the farmhouse, and he tells you to just wait here. Out of the farmhouse, though, clad in a long black Ashaman cloak with shimmering dragons climbing the sleeve, you recognize Mazrim Tame. He looks more confident than when you last saw him. As he approaches you, he says, "Didn't think I'd ever see you lot again. I don't have much time for idle talk these days, but if you bear urgent news for me, you have earned the right to deliver it in person as far as I'm concerned."
I know this guy.
Hey.
Hey, you'll love what we did to one of the people that
You shouldn't be proud.
especially what I did.
As he does invite you to go into the farmhouse for a private meeting.
Yeah, I'll nod and, as if to an equal, barely.
Okay. So, are you guys are all going to follow, right?
Yeah, but I'll point out to him that a lot of these kids are using poor forms,
So, what do you expect?
and I should know because I'm a blade master.
Oh, come on, man. They're finger twiddlers.
Yeah.
So, on the way to the farmhouse, Tame guides you past a row of men gazing intently at a distant fence line with small withered pumpkins. Abruptly, the pumpkins explode in a cloud of orange pulp. Some say the Tarvalon witches have a finer tower, Tame says with a grim satisfaction, but my warriors are prepared for battle. He ushers you inside the farmhouse and with a gesture invites you to seat yourself in mismatched chairs surrounding a central table. Says, "My office," he says simply.
I'll release the source after the pumpkins explode.
Yeah.
So yeah, how are you handling finding out that there's not just a couple?
Not probably that great.
So as you guys take your seats, a hard-faced woman sets some drinks in front of you.
Jeez, what's your problem?
And Tame,
Why the long face?
after she leaves, Tame asks you to go ahead and tell me what you're here to say.
We were hunting down several ladies who have went awry of the law, and during the course of this, we came across the conspiracy to bring the dragon reborn to heel. He's been kidnapped from his palace in Cairhein. We don't know where. We encountered Liam at some point, who was investigating this, and he said he would bring us here in hopes of speeding up the search between wherever the kidnapping occurred and their destination of Tarvalon. And that's why we are here.
So he sits impassively through your tale, and he sits quietly for a moment even after, but he says that he thanks you for bringing this threat against the dragon reborn to his attention, and also thanks you for returning the Angriel that Liam had on him.
Of
He
course.
holds out his hand expectantly.
Of course.
So after you give that back to him, he says that he'll send someone out to find out where this convoy is. He calls someone in from outside. A little while later, you guys are, if you still want to be in that room, there's about a dozen dedicated. Well, I guess you wouldn't know the ranks of them, but yeah. What was it? Just the pin?
Just
the sword?
The sword.
Yeah. So about 12 black-coated men with just the sword are in the room, and he begins barking orders at them. And they, after receiving orders, go off to an area outside the farmhouse common area, and that's roped off, and you see them make gateways and go through. He tells you that you guys are welcome to stay here if you'd like to, until he has more information.
Well, where else are we going to stay?
Yeah.
Cairhein's about a week away.
Yeah.
I have reason to believe that it would. I would like to stay here and hope to hear word at the very least of when you find the caravan.
Yeah, I'll go out and watch the sword practice and shake my head in disgust.
Let's see. So it's not too long before some of those black-coated men start coming back and giving Tame information. He does excuse himself at one point, and you see him go off to the roped-off area and go through one of the gateways as well. He's gone for about half an hour, and then he comes back as well. So this is a bit later in the afternoon now, as the sun is low in the sky when Tame returns. He tells you that he went to the Sun Palace, and says that the Tower Witches have taken the Lord Dragon and are hightailing it back to Tarvalon. He grins nastily, says, "We'll find them, and when we do, we'll pop more than pumpkins." He strides towards the door, his hand on his sword, says, "You're welcome to tag along if you'd like." He calls over his shoulder, "But I advise you to steer clear of my men once we arrive." So, you guys will have the night to prepare. Alright, so you guys are shown to one of the outbuildings where they have beds that you can use for the night. Would you guys like to do anything tonight, or just rest?
Sleep
Yeah.
like a baby.
I'll just rest.
Okay.
One eye open, though.
Both eyes open.
Do you guys want to set watch or anything?
No, but I will set a ward against the one powered.
Okay.
That may give you away.
Yeah.
I'll just tell them I did it.
Do they know at that point
Oh, yeah.
that how to detect females channeling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's natural. They don't learn it.
Yeah.
Right.
They
learn the
they
association,
feel,
right?
Yeah.
Well, by this
That's-
point, they've already, I believe, had Aes Sedai come at him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
they had bonded a couple by now.
I might be misremembering. I can't remember what, but I think they had a couple, like the ones that were kind of like the scouts,
Yeah.
when they thought it was just like a couple men, and then I think
Yeah.
next book is when the big one came in, because I think it's winter by that point.
Yeah. What, the 72 or whatever?
Yeah, they all get bonded, but yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they know that female channeling causes tingles.
Yeah, so the night will still pass uneventfully for you guys. And there is a lot of commotion outside all throughout the night. Dawn comes, and there's still a lot of people moving around the farmhouses there. As some people are gathering supplies. Women, children going about what looks like normal housework. But by about midday, Tame comes and gets you guys from the farm, or from that outhouse, the outbuilding. Sorry. If you guys weren't outside. If you are, then someone will come collect you. But he tells you that they found him, or they found the convoy.
Perfect.
So you guys move into the square where the Ashaman were training with swords, and he starts calling out, or shouting out orders. So in short order, there are 200 men in black coats that are assembled in the courtyard, looking very smart and regimental in their close-fitting, high-collared black coats. As their leaders shout out orders, wives and kids mill among them for final hugs and farewells. Tame comes over with a robust man with a shock of white hair and a bulbous nose, introduces him to you as Henry Haslin, says that he's going to be watching over you guys. Haslin immediately jumps into explanation, says that we're going to be opening gateways. As soon as it opens, move through quickly and don't stop.
Keep all hands and fingers inside.
So he tells you that we're going to be going some way or a little ways away from where the convoy's set up, so we can get an idea of where or the terrain before we go in. A few minutes later, Tame shouts, "Form gate!" and dozens of bright lines scribe the air and open into doorways leading to a brown grassy knoll. So at that point, Haslin motions you guys through.
Yeah.
And so he jumps through after you, and then it starts with the rows of Ashaman coming through as well. Finally, Tame and the gateway shut. So you guys are about 150... No, sorry, that's wrong. You guys are about a mile away from where they're at, and you see, as soon as you guys get there, some of the men in black coats open new gateways, and then that are a little bit closer to that camp. Let's see. So within about 15 minutes, no one else has broken rank yet, but within about 15 minutes, those guys come back, and then Tame gives another order to form gate, and another gateway opens into a shallow bowl area with some brown grass. So you guys will all move through again. So in the distance to the south, you can already hear what sounds like cries of battle and explosions. As there is that slope to the south that Tame and a group of Ashaman move up. You guys are free to follow him if you want.
Okay.
As you get to the top of the rim and peer over, you see an endless vista of gently rolling terrain greets your eyes. A sprawling plain of tender brown grass broken only by an occasional hillock or some cluster of trees, and by a mighty battle taking place around a large hill about a half mile to the west. Tens of thousands of black-veiled Aiel surround a ring of covered wagons, horses and men near several stone wells and a clump of leafless trees atop the hill. Several of the wagons are aflame, and dozens of mounted Aes Sedai send immense balls of fire arcing into enemy lines as their warders keep the Aiel at bay. Women in long skirts move among the Aiel, returning fireball for fireball, and lightning licks down on friend and foe alike from a cloudless sky. To the southwest, a third army races towards the Aiel, banners proclaiming the Lord Dragon fluttering over their ranks. On the left and right flanks of this force come red-armored cavalry and archers, while at the center, Cairhein lancers and thousands of Aiel form an immense wedge driving directly toward the ring of wagons. This wedge crosses the Tarvalon Road and plows into the rear echelons of the Aiel. You guys still have that whiteboard link?
Yeah.
If not, I could resend.
But how many weaves am I seeing going off?
Hundreds. All right. So, does everybody see that?
Colin's note?
No.
Which one? Which whiteboard was it? The one we did?
It's the same one. Go to the right. Or I guess I can move it over.
That really makes the Lord Dragon's army seem tiny.
It was in this fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like what, just Perrin and
Like
okay.
100,
It was like a
couple hundred
Perrin.
IEL.
Berlane,
Berlane.
and then like Cairhein and Terran noblemen's guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason I thought there were a lot more IEL with them.
No, they couldn't take
Just
a
the
whole
maidens,
lot.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they couldn't take a whole lot, so they didn't arouse suspicion. You can do a weave sight if you'd like.
I would.
He's about to learn a whole bunch of new spells.
Oh. 34.
Okay. So you see hundreds of weaves surging across the battlefield. If you were to stop and count, there are over 200 women among the Aiel that are bathed in the glow of Sadar, as well as dozens of Aes Sedai on the hill, and in the approaching dragon army. You can't see what the weaves are yet, but nearly all of them are violent in nature. The Ashaman leaders on the Rim conduct a hurried conference in which various strategies are discussed. You guys can make suggestions if you'd like.
Well, it already says that they show up at point B.
Go to point.
I'll make the suggestion
looking into the
that they
future.
go to point B.
All right. So after a moment, then, Tame begins deploying his men, sending them in groups of 8 or 10 via gateways straight into the heart of the battle.
So where on this map did we pop in?
So
Up on the
you
only
guys,
ridge I see is like
yeah,
off to the right.
C,
Okay,
or I'm sorry,
That's pretty close.
not C.
kind of over by that north
Yeah,
symbol.
over, yeah, because you guys would be looking south, so you guys are further up.
So like somewhere
In-
northwest of C or northeast of C.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, so I don't know why it's not letting me.
Did you select it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh well. But yeah, you guys are north of C.
Okay.
So wait a second here. I'm trying to figure out where it's putting you guys.
I don't
This
know
now.
if it was just that I had too good of an imagination when I was younger, but this battle really messed with my head.
When you read it,
Yeah.
it was probably one of top 3 fantasy battles for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't even very like a big section of the book, but it was just all the,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they did repeat it at the beginning of the next book too.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, it's kind of
Like from a different vantage point.
Like
Gawain, was it?
Hills or something.
Yeah.
So where would you guys like to start, I guess? Are you guys gonna look for the Dragon Reborn, or are you guys gonna look for Kraylin and company?
We have our target, so that's
Okay.
if he's not too busy, I'll thank Tame for the ride, but we have other business to attend to.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty occupied right now. Go ahead and do spot checks. So this is you guys just surveying the battlefield here.
Yeah, I'll tell, if we're looking for 2 Aes Sedai, I don't think I'll be able to find them easily.
Adina,
9.
Cho'Gath,
20.
Falk,
25.
Rafe.
7.
All right, so Cho'Gath, Falk, and Dill. No immediate sign of Kraylin can be found in the enormous and chaotic battlefield, but as you survey the scene, you see to the north beyond the battle, there is only gently rolling hills of sunburnt grass, but to the northwest there's a cluster of trees perhaps a half mile away. 3 large humanoid figures stand among the trees. They seem to be watching the battle. All 3 of you can make out horned figures.
I charge.
So even at a full run, it will take several minutes to reach that goalie.
Well, we've got horses.
Yeah.
So
Do we still have that Ashaman who's supposed to be watching us?
Yeah.
We could
He's
have
still
him,
there. Do you want him to ask him for a gateway?
Yeah.
Say, you
Okay.
gate us to that Trolloc.
and then go kill any Aes Sedai you find in there.
So yeah, he'll open a gate and
Yeah, Dina, there's your battery.
I'll embrace the source.
okay.
I'm guessing I might be camouflaged.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's so much going on. I mean, it's difficult to tell one from another at this point.
Yeah, I guess I'll draw my sword breaker.
So yeah, I guess we'll be scanning the horizon. Be like, "Draw- do you see that?
Yeah, I'll point it out.
No, short bow. Sorry.
All right. So
You mean your club?
this is
Knock
a
an arrow
close up
to
of
the
that
club.
hill.
Your club flinger? Your club that shoots clubs?
You guys see that new one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this is a close up of the hill for you guys. Oh
So I'm guessing the T's are Trollocs.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
The
Good
K,
guess.
the
There's
S,
a
and the-
there's a legend. If you
Yeah, I
look,
see that.
you don't have to guess even.
I'm still gonna guess.
So he can't put you right there, but he can get you fairly close.
Okay.
You guys will take 2 rounds to make it to that hill. So the gateway opens onto the plain, and you guys can go through. Down here, the grass is a little bit greener, a little bit taller than what you guys were just in. Let's go ahead and get initiative.
We don't do triple damage, by the way. You gotta have spirited charge for that.
So a ton of people just come back to
Did you take
life.
it?
Well, they were still doing double.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Apparently, I stopped writing my
Adina,
feats down.
6.
These aren't important to keep track.
Shogoth,
18.
Falk,
22.
and Rafe.
17.
What is your dex, Chogoth?
16.
Oh, maybe that was the next one I was gonna take.
Yeah. After our D&D one, like from long ago, I just write them all down now and then put a level next to them. So I remember the path.
Just take a long break.
Yeah, because that happened with
Forget
Maddox
what
a
you're
bunch.
gonna do. Yeah.
All right, never mind. I was looking at the wrong character sheet for those sheets.
Oh man, get it together, will you?
I got that problem too. I got like 2 separate sheets,
Yeah,
and then sometimes I'll flip it over, and one of these has more writing on it.
yeah.
So I was keeping track of some things on the wrong.
For some reason, I put the back of Rohan from Brandon's campaign underneath the front page of this character. So
Why do I have all these archery feats?
yeah, why do I have? I don't remember getting point blank shot.
So where are we coming in, Jeff?
From the
So
south.
you guys,
South.
yeah, still from the south.
Like by that tree, them trees.
That's where I'd think to head.
Yeah. That first tree at the very bottom of that hill.
That's a lot of enemies.
And did you just charge into the middle of that
No, I
in the
haven't.
old tales?
And the last one,
Yeah.
Brandon did,
Yeah.
and then I followed behind to try and save him.
No, you wanted your own glory. You were trying to get my glory, is what happened.
with your rot power armor, whatever the heck it is, your power rot armor. There we go.
Yeah, and then I became a human milkshake inside that power rod armor.
Illegally.
Yeah, well, come on.
What can you do?
It was 4 rings.
Everybody was casting
around.
2 weaves around.
Yeah, it was 4 rings around on me, and I still lasted like 2 rounds.
Yeah, you had an insane amount of hit points. I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I vaguely remember the feeling of, like, maybe I should just secretly boost up the rolls
Nah.
I was sending out. But
Yeah. that first time I went toe to toe with a Myrtle and was holding my ground one on one was pretty badass.
Yeah. I have one of those from one of Brandon's campaigns where I got to fight one, and it was like he probably would have killed me, but I got the hits in type of thing.
Yeah.
Felt real good.
But yeah, once I got that armor compatibility and had the full plate mail and all that kind of stuff.
I know it was in the 30s.
Yeah, it was like it couldn't hit me. I could barely hit it, and then I think someone came along and froze its arm in the air.
Me.
Yep.
My Male Wilder Seeker of Truth. Male Wilder Seeker of Truth. Whatever the heck it was called. Something like that.
Yeah.
They cut it off.
Yep. So, Choga, what do you think about each one of us taking a different side and charging down in on them from the side?
Okay.
I was going to call Dill to me and try to creep up in those trees and shoot arrows out.
All right. If you want, I can give them a target so hopefully they don't see you guys charge. You're hesitating right there because you know I got money right on this. Just like the last time we fought him, Justin.
Yeah. Wait, in this campaign or the last campaign?
This campaign at the caverns.
Yeah.
Where you guys were doing your stuff, fighting the Trollocs, and I was countering Weaves.
Yeah.
Right now I can go out there. I have Master Ward. I think I can cast it. Let me figure that out real quick.
I don't remember there being human warriors in there as well last time.
There's horses?
Warriors.
Warrior. Darkfriend warrior? Huh. I don't know. I just remember it being them. I don't even remember Trollocs.
No, I remember there were Trollocs because I think that's what got Brandon's Wolf Brother character all insane and chargy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Although I think, didn't we have a fight with some Aiel before we got to him as well?
I think that's where John's character went down because I had to heal him in the subdual.
Oh, some Shido. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So roughly there is where you guys are at.
Okay. And they're aware of us, or?
Not yet, as you guys just popped through, and as you get through, go ahead and make spot checks. All right, Adina?
14.
Cho'Gath.
16.
Falk.
25.
Rafe.
13.
I have the same one as Ray.
All right, so Cho'Gath, Falk, and Dill, you see very well camouflaged, but what you make out as Aiel by the
Here they are.
tree here, as they were moving. Looks like they were originally moving up this hill, but now you can see that they are looking at you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that will start us off with Falk.
All free action, shout, Aiel in the trees. And
You
all-
see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't ever been attacked by Aiel.
Are they veiled?
They are.
That's never a good sign.
No, but there are also Trollocs nearby, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully they're attacking the Trollocs.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to ready my action to attack them should they attack me.
All right, so that brings us to them, which they're going to pull out short bows and fire at you.
Okay.
So you're ready to action.
So can it be a charge?
Yeah. You're going uphill.
Okay.
So what is it for uneven terrain? Can your horse?
I don't know if I can charge over uneven terrain. So then I guess it's just a ride by attack?
A move. Let's find out in the horse guide.
You know, it just move the horse its speed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the ride by attack, I don't have to stop in their threat area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just say I can't charge and...
He's distracted. Just start rolling dice.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to go ahead and do you're doing a ride-by attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ooh, almost a critical. 29.
That is a... Where are you? A hit.
Okay, I was gonna say, if that's a miss, then I can't hit them without a critic. Alright, so...
Nice.
10. So 16 points of damage, and I move. So how far away from them were they?
They are about 40 feet from you.
Okay, so I'll move up, attack them on my way past, and move 20 feet, kind of.
Well, I guess, according to that scale, 20 feet.
Okay, so I'll attack them and then kind of move off to the left over into the thicker trees.
Okay. Do you want to attack 1, 2, or 3?
Whichever one is standing out far enough away from the others that I can attack them without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so either 1 or 3.
3.
All right, so you severely injure this Aiel, but they're not dead yet.
Okay. Yet being keyword.
All right, so you'll have 2 arrows, and then Adina will have 1 arrow.
What?
You were number 1. And that's what you
Shoot the
rolled.
witch.
I don't know. I'm a witch.
I just assume, because you got a mean face.
Oh.
You're wearing a dress.
Well,
Witches
yeah.
wear
I'm
dresses.
a woman.
Witches wear dresses.
Does a 6 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not.
What about a 14?
That one does not hit either.
All right, does a 11 hit?
No.
Oh, okay. So 3 arrows go sailing by, and then it is Choga. So you have 3 Vild Aiel. Falk had ridden up and lanced one, and then they shot some arrows ineffectively.
I imagine popping him like a pimple.
Yeah. I'll do a ride-by attack on the one that fired the arrow at Adina.
Okay, that is number 1.
Okay.
Oof.
Ooh, critical threat.
Okay,
20.
that's a hit.
So it's times 3. Where are you? Piece of crap. 15. 24 damage.
Okay, so they only had 15 hit points. That one did.
Okay.
So
So I jam him down his throat with the lance all the way through.
as your lance goes down its throat, pulls the veil to reveal a woman.
Yeah. And then I'll keep him.
You didn't
It is.
slow him down at all.
Yeah.
Then I'll move enough so that when I turn next my turn, I will have room to charge another one.
Okay. So Dill
If I can charge it by that time.
is going to shoot the middle one. Critical threat. So he got a critical hit with his first, and then a miss with his second.
Wish we could one more level.
All right. So Dill puts an arrow in the eye of the middle one, drops that one. So there's one left. We come to Rafe.
I'll shoot at it. I'll fight defensively and shoot at it.
Okay. So this is the one that Falk had lanced.
Right. 20.
That's a hit.
Rafe's acid arrow.
2 points of damage.
All right. So that one's still up. Looks really, really bad. So this Aiel puts down their spear and begins to undress.
Is he offering himself as Cairhein?
She is, yeah.
Like, whoa, lady.
So which one of us gets her?
You might need to update them on the IO customs there, Choga, before something unfortunate happens.
Well, yeah, whatever the heck Rafe is hitting people with, it needs to be stopped.
Like sort of wizard.
You can.
He melts a
What
troll up and makes
knowledges
a
do
woman
you have?
close up.
History,
You have
nature,
geog- yeah.
and nobility and royalty.
History, maybe?
History, maybe.
Yeah, do history.
That's my best one. 18?
Okay. So yeah, you've heard of this before. Is when an Aiel is defeated in combat, they offer themselves as basically slave for a year and a day. And that seems to be what's happening here.
Okay.
Poor woman. Should have just let herself be killed and be slave to Rafe.
Is if you do not take her into custody right now, she will remain there until you do.
Not our problem.
Too bad we can't ask them to fight with us.
I'll
So
toss her a water skin as we ride by
okay.
and be like, I'll come back for you. No matter how long or how far.
Found his companion for a year and a day.
And then look at your club of nudity. Or exhibition. Club of exhibition.
So, are you guys okay with us keeping the same initiative passes?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. So, you guys will all get basically an action. Chris, you'll have 2 since we didn't get to you.
right.
So you'll have whatever action you're going to take here, and then another one. So, it'll be you.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll delay until at least Cho'Gath starts kind of going a direction. But if Rafe said his plans about taking Dill, kind of a separate
Yeah, I did.
I'll stick with you guys.
Okay.
Unless you guys want me to go down there.
No.
No?
Let's stick to the plan.
All right. We didn't really have a plan.
So it looks like this left side is a much shallower drop. This side it looks like it just drops really, really quickly.
Ah! What are you doing, Justin?
Does that change? Oh, that's horrible. Why is it changing your stuff too?
Because you're moving it.
Just continue.
Anyway,
Yeah, it looks like there's one side, unless they're referring to the entire thing, right?
yeah. So yeah, it looks like this is like a 20-foot drop on the right side.
Yeah,
It happens
it's
really
elevated, so they have
about 20 feet.
Yeah, it's 0 feet at the base, 10 feet up in that first line or first ring, 20 feet elevated in the second, and then 30 feet. That's how high that hill is
Okay,
30
so
feet.
that's a hill going up, not
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, either
Well, let me double check it because they.
No, it makes
Change
sense
things.
because they most likely need to see to aim the
Mm-hmm.
Terangriel.
so yeah,
Yeah.
we can go up that way,
It is up.
or even circle around
Okay.
and come in and hit them from one side.
All right. Let's circle around then to the north side.
But yeah, if you and I go that way, and once we start our charge, then they come in as support.
Yeah. I'll blow my horn when we charge.
I really wish you wouldn't,
Why not?
because I'd rather hit them before they know we're coming.
I'll blow it as we hit them.
Tell me when we get to where we're going to be hunkering down and shooting. Also,
Okay.
the hill's going up. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it made sense.
So you guys are going
I'll ward us against the power.
this direction, correct?
Other way.
You're going around this direction.
I can't see what you're doing.
It's a very thin line. Are you going around this way?
Yes, around to the left.
Yeah.
So that direction.
Why
Yeah.
isn't that permanent?
Okay. What do you mean?
Your mark just disappears immediately.
Yeah, well, I'm erasing it.
Oh.
All right.
So yeah, the
So-
idea is Cho'Gath and I will go around kind of up to where they have their horses and come up from behind.
Yeah.
How far are you guys able to move? 80 feet?
It'll be 100
100?
If we,
with a double move.
yeah. Actually, mine would be 120.
So
light horses a little bit
that
faster.
would put you guys here, where that black line is.
Okay.
And there's
We may be able to take
T right
2 to
here.
3 rounds to go around behind them.
Okay. So you guys you want to end up over here?
Yeah, we kind of wanted to circle
Sort of by their
back
horses.
and around, yeah, so we can come up
Okay.
from behind where they have less Trollocs and stuff.
Not that we know that there's Trollocs there, Justin.
Well, can't we see them?
We saw Trollocs.
Saw some Trollocs, but we don't know. Like, we're here. That's an elevated hill. We might not know.
Well, the creator gave us this map, so
Oh, that's true.
we see where everything is.
But we don't know where their horses are. We don't know where they are.
True.
You know, we don't have line of sight to most of that stuff.
Well, he should have thought of that before he marked it on the map then.
I agree with that.
Well, I didn't do it.
Anyway, yeah, we'll move around to the far side of the hill
Okay.
to someplace where there is a reasonable.
Someplace where it would be good to put horses for them. If they had any.
If they had some.
Who knows if they do.
Roll your military logic. This is the one time it would have come in handy.
I know.
Well, we can see that the right side of the hill is a lot steeper than the left side. So
Yeah.
we'd want to go on the non-steep side for our charge up.
All right, so that'll be you two. Rafe, what was the plan for?
So we were going to go up those trees at the southern part of the hill, and I think we'll probably dismount. What do you think?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because then I can be a little sneakier.
Well,
I know. It's like I'm the only one who has to be able to hide to still get my bonus, right?
yeah.
They can be aware of it, but if I get behind a tree, I can try to do it again. And
Well, yeah, as
So-
long as you got some sort of cover.
You want to move up through this way?
yeah,
Okay.
and we'll dismount there right at the edge.
Okay. So
And I think
you will slow down a little bit going up the hill.
yeah,
Half speed.
Yeah, so you'll be 30 feet if you want to double move. So that first round, you guys can make it 22 over by this tree here.
yeah. I will angle so we're not in a big group. I think we should spread between those two trees in some configuration. Like
So-
maybe Adina further back,
Go.
as long as she
Yeah.
can get line of sight. Either that tree or the tree directly across.
But this one, these trees here are on the same elevation.
Oh, okay.
So they're both 10 feet, and with the going uphill there.
I'll just go on the right side of those two and keep him in
Still.
sight.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
And I'll be trying to get sneaking and hiding and moving silently,
okay.
which will be like 15 feet around our per move action.
Well, technically, you're already moving
Or
half speed. 'cause
total.
You're going uphill.
Yeah.
Doesn't say in the rules you gotta have whatever. You just gotta have it once.
One time.
All right. So let's do Cho'Gath and Falk again.
So now we start heading up, right?
Yeah, we could start heading up. Sorry, right up in that way.
Let's do it.
So you guys are going through here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
a little bit to the north, but yeah.
Yeah,
There. Okay.
yeah, someplace where we've got a decent slope to ride our horses up.
All right. So go ahead and do spot checks.
29.
All right. And Falk.
13.
So yeah, it's pretty easy to see. So on your left and your right, you guys will see these Trollocs who are trying to hunker down. Cho'Gath will see this one as well,
Okay.
but they obviously notice you guys and are
All right, well,
waiting.
I'll point that other one out to him, and I'll
Which one are you heading towards?
I'll go towards the one closer to the center. Yeah, I'll go to that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of cut in a little bit faster to take out that one that's kind of to the south and do a ride-by attack on it as
So
as
I
go past.
numbered them for you guys. So you're going towards 2 or 1.
Yeah, I'm going to 1.
I don't see numbers.
1, 2, 3.
You just have to unselect it and it'll update. Click off of it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'd be going to past 2.
Okay. All right. So Falk will resolve you first.
Okay, ride-by attack.
Okay.
I'll add a power attack of 3.
Okay.
Potential
Nice.
critical.
Well, what does it turn out to?
It would be an 8 after a critical. After rolling a 1 on the.
Well, you still got a hit.
So does an 8 hit?
No.
It was a 1, though, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you,
Yeah, it was the one to what's the word?
Determine whether or not it was a critical.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So just the 1 hit with the 8. 20.
Okay. So yeah, you stick him pretty good. He's still alive, but he's pretty injured.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep riding past him as we head further up.
Now, are you gonna ride past this the number 3 there?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of ride past number 2, up in the same path that Cho'Gath is taking past
Kinda like
Trolloc
this.
1.
Diagonal movements.
Like that.
So we were down below.
So you would have went off this way.
Well, we were coming from down below. I can't. So
I can't.
yeah, this is
So you
frustrating because
guys
every time I
would have
touch
been
it,
here.
it doesn't actually draw. It just moves stuff around.
Yeah.
So you guys would have been here where the X is. Right.
Yeah, and we've
And
been
then
moving
you-
from down where the trees were down at the bottom, right?
No, I mean when we started
So like we
uphill,
made the
were at the
first, yeah. So
So
I kind
you-
of swung
you would
right
have went off
around.
this way.
I didn't curve that far. I curved like I
So he
bowed outward.
curved from
so-
underneath.
Did you want to come this way?
No,
No.
I want to curve. See, this is where drawing would be really helpful.
Like a
Curve
U
to the left,
Or a C.
not the
Yeah, I
right.
kind of do a C so that on at the far outward bow, that's where I hit him.
So you're talking about and going back down or going back up?
Back up.
Going,
Okay,
continuing
so
my
like
path upwards.
coming
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe a little tighter.
yeah, a little
That
bit
way he
You
tighter.
want
goes-
to go on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
passes it.
Okay. Like that,
Yeah, kind of like that, and then
Okay.
head back towards the top
and
of the
then you're
hill.
going this way, or
Yeah.
do you want to continue straight up?
No, I want to head
Okay.
kind of curve back around so that Cho'Gath and I can get back on the same path after he hits one.
Okay.
Both of them heading towards the top of the hill. Yes, like that.
So you would end in that area.
Yeah.
All right. So Cho'Gath. So are you going to be doing the same thing, kind of sweep around this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do your attack.
Like 40 something.
Yeah, that's a hit.
16 damage.
All right. So same type of thing as you hurt him pretty bad, but he's still standing.
Okay.
Now, Cho'Gath, because yours isn't as far away, you would end up right about here, a bit beyond. Is that where you want to go? Or
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
All right. So now, Adina, Dill, and Rafe.
Walking up that hill. Oh, of course.
So you guys do spot. All right, Adina
14.
and Rafe.
19.
All right, so you guys all see this Trolloc number 3 there. You also see Falk and Cho'Gath as well, and you can see kind of what they had done riding by those Trollocs. You also notice that they're still standing up there. Rafe, you see this one here as well, which is number 4.
Have any of them reacted to us coming up this way?
No.
Are they looking our way?
Nope.
If you make them disrobe too, I'm going to be upset.
Especially if they're shy about it. Oh.
I don't want to be Garcia.
So, you'll go first, as Dill's delaying until after you.
Okay, so yeah, I want to target Trolloc number 3. Is he close enough for me to sneak attack? It's got to be 30 feet away. I can't quite.
Yeah, he's within 30 feet. Because if you look down at the bottom left, you have your. It's a 20-foot at least.
Oh, okay.
So you're right within that 20-foot range there.
21, 23.
That's a hit.
14 points.
All right. So yeah, you stick him with an arrow, an arrow, and then he is not happy. He's still alive, but he's
Probably stuck
starts
in a
looking
really uncomfortable
looking back
spot.
your way though.
In the armpit, he's like raising his weapon. You shoot him right in the armpit.
That'd suck.
It's like, hey, what was that?
All
Can't
right.
put my
So
arm down now. Just resting there.
This isn't too bad.
Kind of
Dill
comfortable.
will
Do the other one.
take a shot against number 2. All right, so Dill puts an arrow in number 2, and then he'll rapid fire to 3. He puts an arrow in him, but the Trolloc doesn't fall though.
Does 2 fall?
Yeah, 2 falls. All right, Adina.
Do I feel any channeling from if I can tell the difference, like up the hill way?
I actually have rules for this one here.
Oh, nice. Depending on how they are, we should probably ape those rules and use them for detecting channeling about anything.
All right, what is the rule though?
Weave sight? Or is that a rule?
That wouldn't make sense for detecting channeling.
Oh.
It makes sense for seeing weaves. Concentration, perhaps?
Sense motive?
I'm always for that one.
Wilderness lore.
That's a weave sight, yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, so weave sight.
28.
Okay. So you can tell there is channeling. The degree of channel, the general degree, or I'm sorry, the precise degree of the.
So like the level.
Yeah.
Weave level or whatever.
So you can tell how you can get a sense of how strong they are in the power compared to yourself.
Okay.
And you can tell that there is channeling from up ahead.
All right.
Actually, what's interesting here is this even has countering weaves.
An actual weave for countering?
The actual ability to counter the weave, yeah.
Was it close to what I was suggesting? Or it was essentially like that we can figure out.
Yeah, you cast the same weave at the same level or higher.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So the only thing I left out was the same weave, but same level.
Yeah, so what level are you?
7.
7, right? Okay. So, you tell that they are stronger than you.
Yeah. Tool of Air on 3. It gets a will save to negate, or to have.
10.
Yeah, it fails that will save.
Okay.
7 points of damage.
All right, that knocks him out. All right. So, Cho'Gath and Falk. Yeah, 2 and 3 are gone. 1 was still up. And, yeah, not quite. Okay, so Falk.
Our goal was to find the Aes Sedai and hit them.
Okay.
So continue up to the top of the hill, and as soon as make eye contact with anything that's female, try and kill it.
Oh, no.
So were you going... Are you going kind of from here back this way?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when you crest that hill and you're almost there, Cho'Gath, you do see 3 women.
3. Okay. Split decision. Which one looks the nicest clothes?
Good thinking.
Which one? What?
Which
That's
one
the
is
nicest
wearing the
clothes.
nicest clothes? That's the one I'm going to try and hit.
Well, there's one that you recognize, which is Kraylin.
Yeah. But after watching Adina, I've determined that Aes Sedai power is
Based off
based on the amount of wealth that they have on their person at any given moment.
Well, yeah, she's definitely more
Decked out.
well dressed than.
And she's the one I'm going to hit.
Okay. So.
I'm imagining Zsa Zsa Gabor for some reason.
Yeah.
Draped in diamonds.
She'd be the
blowing up
Aes Sedai.
planet.
She'd be the Maryland seat.
Yeah.
They just all three rendered me, didn't they?
No. Okay. So yeah, they all look like they're focusing on something else there, as you can actually see the artifice up there.
Surprise!
Yeah. So, can I turn my riding up the hill into a charge as I...
Yeah, once you get on level ground, it's 20 feet to get to where you're at right now. That's all you've gone.
Okay. But charging the full round action.
Well,
right?
yeah, actually.
Charging is...
Well, your horse can do it, right? The horse is the one.
Yeah, the
moving,
horse is moving. You can free action.
not your actions.
So can I count it as a charge as I go up on
Yeah.
the hill?
All you have to do for it to be a charge is have moved 10 feet once you started.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
So you can turn it into a charge once that flattens out there.
All right. So, yeah, I'll charge her.
I mean, you have to move at least 10 feet for it to be a charge.
And declare it a charge.
Yeah.
And I'm declaring it a charge.
Okay. Go ahead.
And a power attack 5. 26.
That's a hit.
26 damage.
I like to picture this as just like a lag in an MMO. So you're at the crest and then suddenly you're there.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely get her attention.
I have a lance in my hand.
Can you ride by on a charge or do you...
Yeah, I can ride by, but I kind of want to stay and threaten her space.
Yeah, she can't 5 foot out of it that easily.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as I'm wielding my lance, then if she does 5 foot, I'll still...
All right. Cho'Gath. So you are tall enough here that you can see him right off that way.
Yeah.
Basically, once you start moving, you're going to see the same thing, 3 women up there.
Yeah.
Pulling.
Well, I'll pick another one and do the same thing.
Okay, so this one is the closest to you. She would be about 10 feet from you. The W,
W?
that one.
I thought those were Darkfriend warriors.
This one would be about 30-ish feet.
I'll do that one.
Okay,
25.
that's a hit.
Did you charge?
Yeah.
Isn't it double damage on charge with the lance?
16 damage.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same type of thing as you definitely got her attention. She's not dead, but
Yeah.
the lance has made them aware of your presence. All right, so Rafe, you can actually see some of this. You saw Cho'Gath charge up onto the top, but you can't see where he's at right now. But you can hear
Battle.
women crying out in pain.
Can I see W?
You would need to move
Okay.
up to the rim here.
Well, I will try to sneak attack Charlock number 4.
If you want to, you could climb into that tree. Climb
do it
up the
that way.
tree. If you
my
get into
climb.
that, you could see up there.
No.
If you want, I can pick you up.
I know better than to climb in D20. Yeah, I'll just shoot Trolloc number 4.
Number
Sneak
4.
attack.
Okay.
You fall, clip through the world, and end up in a white cloak encampment.
Dark One Zone luck. 21
That's a hit.
for 11 damage.
Okay. So he's he felt that one, but still alive. All right. So Dill will rapid shot him. So he puts 2 in him. Still alive though. All right, Adina.
Move.
Where would you like to go?
Just keep going up the hill. And at the end of my move, which Trolloc were you shooting at?
4. It looks like H.
How far away is that from me?
Like
20 feet.
That'd be
yeah.
20 feet.
From where you started.
Okay. And I'm not high enough up the hill yet where I can get spotted?
Yeah, you're still good.
All right, so we'll save from 4. 16.
He got a 13.
All right. He takes 3 points of damage.
Okay, so he's still trucking, still kicking along here. He looks pretty worse for wear, though.
He's going to start disrobing now.
Let's see. All right.
Just wait till they start daisy chaining these heals. That's what you need to put them down before they can start doing that. Ward up. I know one of them has Master Ward. That's where I learned it from.
Well, they have to cast defensively to cast anything with us threatening them. If they fail that, we just poke them again.
What is it for the damage
What?
for channeling? Is there any like concentration checks or anything?
Oh, yeah. If you get hit while channeling,
Yeah.
it's the damage dealt plus 10?
10, I thought.
I want to say 10 versus a concentration. That's your concentration DC. But you can also cast defensively.
Well, they were in the middle of channeling that. So does that drop the power then?
That's
or just
for them
fill
to-
the weave.
That's for them to maintain the weave.
Okay, so you can sense then that whatever they were doing
Was interrupted.
stops. Yeah. Okay, so she'll go defensively, and that's another concentration, right?
Let's see. Casting defensively is 15 plus casting level of the weave. So should I just try to unlace some weaves?
Go for it. Make the nuke.
All right.
Yeah, depends on what they do.
Do a reflex, Folk.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to be turned to mush. I got a...
Fail.
Yeah, I got a fail. 5.
No, it's a 1.
I thought that
Saves are subject
saves
to
are
critical.
subject to critical failures.
Yeah.
Yeah, so critical failure.
Okay.
Unless Cho'Gath will loan me one of his Dark One's own lucks. That's a lot of dice I hear him picking up. Remember, they do still only get one weave around.
I'm guessing it describes what casting defensively is in the combat section. It doesn't in the concentration, but it's the same from D&D. So is it the negation of the attack opportunity, Justin?
I don't know. I'll try and find it.
Pretty sure it is. Or yeah, because like the feat was the defensive boost, wasn't it? Combat casting.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, it says right there, casting defensively, avoiding attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Duh.
All right, so there's throughout this, there's been fireballs and lightning going on behind you. All of a sudden, a lightning bolt strikes down. Do a reflex for your horse too.
Oh, now I gotta find what my horse is.
You got a light war horse, Justin?
Yeah.
I got it right here.
It's a reflex.
Um,
+1.
Plus 3.
+3. Horse got a 17.
Okay. All right, so you'll take 23 points of damage, and your horse will take 23 points of damage.
That kills my horse, doesn't it?
22
thought
hit
they
points
had-
they have.
23. So yeah, it kills my horse. Or at
Knocks
least
it
knocks it
unconscious.
unconscious.
Here it's screaming from what is it, lightning bolts?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
don't
probably,
think it would even scream. It would just be unconscious all of a sudden.
I like the idea
so,
of it getting knocked back and breaking a leg.
Yeah, it's just blinding light.
Yeah.
and you feel just static all over, basically. I mean, everything is tingly, and you just hurt all over. And all of a sudden, you're on the ground, and your horse is as well.
Is this one of those where it's like one of the wise women just pinging something, or is it from the hill itself? Because you know what I'm asking, because you can sort of see where the weaves are coming from.
Yeah, so you see, it normally with something like that, it would have its brew time if you were trying to create it.
Yeah, but
since it's already going, so it pretty much pulls from across and then down. But you can tell that it was originated from the hill to.
What was the ride check to not fall when?
It's like a 5.
Doing a fast dismount.
Or what, fast?
From a collapsing horse.
Is that 15 for that one?
I want to say it's a bit higher.
It's either the 15 or the 20.
Yeah. No, that's feats.
Because I just want to.
So
I'd rather not have to stand up.
Fast mount or dismount is a 20.
All right, and I'm.
Or maybe you're looking for soft fall. You react instantly to take no damage when you fall off your mount or when it's killed. That's a 15.
Could you use your ride to try and negate the damage from that?
Yeah, you can. When your horse is hit once per round, if you have mounted combat, you can.
Which I do.
You can negate.
Give it a shot. Well, it's an area effect, it
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, if it's hit, it's not to keep it from being hit.
Yeah.
Right? It's you just.
Well, I mean,
negate it. If they didn't want it that way, they shouldn't have worded it that way.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, is you were able to use that so that you don't get hit, right?
No, well, it's not how it's worded in this. So.
Oh, it's different. Okay.
Well, because I've looked at it in this, it makes me suspicious if that's how it's worded in D&D as well.
It's covered. You're talking about, right?
Here, let me find it.
Okay, so first I have to do the soft fall.
Okay.
Because otherwise I take 1d6.
And that's just covered in this one.
That's in the mounted combat feat.
Yeah.
But is there an attack roll from that weave? Because that's what he goes against with his ride check.
No, it's
just a save.
So I don't know. You got nothing to go against.
Okay, so soft fall.
Nice.
I got that one, so I don't take the 1d6 points of damage from when it's killed or when it falls.
Okay.
I don't know if that means that I'm prone still, or...
Yeah, it itself wouldn't have knocked you down. It's falling from the horse that would have knocked you down. So yeah, you're not prone, but... So
we're going to say that the soft fall covers me not...
So rider's tumble.
Yeah, kind of rider's tumble, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to...
Yeah, I got to go.
Okay. So we'll pick up from here next time.
Okay.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.